Good morning and welcome to another video of Football Insider's Transfer Daily. And of course, just like any other day, it has been a mad 24 hours in the transfer market, but probably no more so than last night as record bids went through the door. Tottenham got a deal through the line. But let's start off with Manchester United. And according to sources from Football Insider, United are in for Emiliano Martinez, and Aston Villa are bracing themselves for a bid for the Argentine goalkeeper. Now, of course, United have been on the lookout for a goalkeeper. De Gea is still yet to sign a new deal with his contract expiring. So there is an ongoing issue there, an ongoing situation, which gives Aston Villa a chance to possibly sell Martinez to United, and they will have to look to replace the Argentina goalkeeper. And of course, the keeper United have been heavily linked with in the early weeks of the window was Andre Onana from Inter Milan. But it seems United could be turning their attention towards Emiliano Martinez. Now, of course, Emiliano Martinez is heavily rich in Premier League experience. Not just that, he is also a World Cup winner. So there's plenty of experience to go straight into the United defence, so where they can push better for a Champions League finish, just like they did last season. But developments there will be interesting to see, especially if De Gea does sign his new contract. Of course, the Spanish goalkeeper has been at United for over 10 years now, but it seems United could be going into a different direction by bringing Emiliano Martinez through from Aston Villa. But that's not the only Premier League to Premier League club transfer that could be happening today, as this morning Football Insider can reveal that Chelsea are set to push for a breakthrough to get Moises Caicedo over the line, and Pochettino wants the deal done and wrapped up as soon as possible. Now, quotes of an £80 million deal is being talked about. The Ecuadorian has been sensational for Brighton since coming into the team throughout last season, and it seems that a big move for Chelsea could be on the way. Now, of course, Chelsea did already sign Enzo Fernandez in the January transfer window, and it seems they want to bolster the midfield by also signing Moises Caicedo from Brighton. Brighton had a sensational season last season by qualifying for the Europa League, the first time in their history, and Caicedo played a major part in that. However, it does seem that Moises Caicedo will not be playing for Brighton next season, as Chelsea are really pushing for that deal to go through, especially to prevent other suitors like Arsenal or even Manchester United to secure a signature. Of course, Manchester United were also heavily linked to Moises Caicedo, where it seems Chelsea are further ahead in their negotiations as they look to get a deal over the line to make sure no other club can steal him. Now, Moises Caicedo is not the only defensive midfielder that could be on the move, and his transfer situation could be more clear today, as last night Arsenal, according to various reports, made a record £105 million bid for Declan Rice. Now, of course, the Declan Rice saga has been probably the main transfer topic since the opening of the transfer window, and it seems that we could finally see us end in the near future, as West Ham were initially demanding 100 million, but Arsenal's £105 million offer could make West Ham change their mind and actually accept a move from Arsenal. But again, according to reports, West Ham are anticipating another City offer, and this is a transfer war for the ages, as Arsenal and City, not only did they fight for the title last season, but it now seems that they're also fighting in the transfer market. So it'll be interesting to see where Declan Rice just end up. But Arsenal have made their intentions clear by tabling such a huge offer of £105 million. Not only would it smash the club record, as Nicola Pepe did hold the record for a deal around £72 million, so this beats it by over 20 million. But Declan Rice would also smash the British record transfer fee, as of course Jude Bellingham to Real Madrid was the initial price just a month ago, but it seems Arsenal are having to leapfrog that price to make sure they get their man in Declan Rice. Of course, it'll be interesting to see. And Declan Rice was not the only English player who's been linked with a move last night, as James Maddison's future has become more clear, as Fabrizio Romano has tweeted out that James Maddison is set to join Tottenham after Tottenham pushed through with the deal in the last couple of days, made sure that he is signing for the Lily Whites instead of Newcastle. So it'll be interesting to see if that deal does go through today. Of course, Maddison at Leicester, they were relegated to the Championship, meaning Maddison was always going to be picked off by a top Premier League club, and Tottenham have moved fast to make sure it was them. Quotes of around a deal of 40 million plus add-ons are being said. That is how much James Maddison will cost, and that's how much he will cost for Newcastle. Of course, Newcastle for Tottenham, sorry, because Tottenham already got a deal over the line for their goalkeeper, and now they move straight on to James Maddison, who will suit the team, I think, pretty well. They did need an attacking midfielder. They haven't had an attacking midfielder in their team since sending Christian Eriksen almost 3 years ago. So James Maddison will come and slot straight in. It'll be interesting to see there. What was interesting about James Maddison, though, was because he was also linked heavily with a move to Newcastle. And of course, Newcastle did turn their attentions to the Italian midfielder in Sandro Tonali, and that deal is almost set to be through, with Newcastle just needing to announce a deal. But now with Newcastle losing out on James Maddison, despite early in the window it being clear that they were the club to the favourites almost, they were the club to land the Englishman, they might have to turn their attentions away from James Maddison and go for Dominic CalvertLewin from RB Leipzig. Now the Hungarian midfielder is set to have a 60 million release clause in his contract. A Football Insider can reveal that Newcastle are exploring a deal for the midfielder. He's been heavily linked to clubs such as Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal in recent times. But it seems now, after Newcastle lost out on James Maddison, Dominic could be the guy. An ideal replacement. They are both similar in their terms of their style of play, but it could be argued that CalvertLewin has more European experience and has more European goals, which could be a better alternative for Newcastle. But then again, James Maddison did have the Premier League experience, but it looks like the battle for James Maddison between Newcastle and Tottenham has come to an end, as Spurs have made their stance clear and they have got Maddison over the line, which will be interesting to see. But again, staying on the England international front, and we're going to move to Jadon Sancho. Now, Jadon Sancho has had an extremely tough time at Manchester United. He joined in the 21-22 season at the start of it, won the reported wage of 350,000 a week, but Man United might deem him as deadwood and not really going to be in the team next season. In Erik ten Hag's first year, he struggled. He came out of the side for a while, and when he did come back in, he still struggled to make an impact. Now, Football Insider can reveal that United may reluctantly be willing to sell the England winger, should I say, sorry. He has been struggling. I know Tottenham have been linked with him, so that could be a potential destination. Of course, Tottenham have already signed James Maddison, so they could sign another English attacker by bringing in Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho is absolutely sensational at Borussia Dortmund, and if Tottenham can, or another club can bring that form out of Jadon Sancho, then it could be a great deal, which is why United are also reluctant to sell, because they do not know what the potential could be for him if they do let him go so early. Will he find that form at Dortmund, and will he make United regret selling him so early on in his United career? And he's still a young player, still under the age of 23, so there is still time to adapt and grow. But just sticking on to United, of course, United have a 4-striker shortlist. Now, one of these strikers is Rasmus Højlund from Atalanta. That is the striker most likely to come through the door. He's the cheapest option and the most viable option, as Victor Osimhen has been quoted, Colin Muani also has been quoted, and Harry Kane, which the other three are looking much more pricey and much more difficult to get over the line. Now, of course, Rasmus Højlund will cost less than the other three, with the other three having a much higher pedigree, with all three, with Kane and, of course, Colin Muani playing a big part in the World Cup, which did increase their value. And Osimhen having a wonderful year at Napoli, winning the Scudetto and winning the top scorer in the league, which means his price will be through the roof, and United may prefer to go to Rasmus Højlund, a player in Norway with much more potential, and his final form is yet to be found. But again, he's a player of great, immense potential, and if United do get a good striker in, and he is the guy, he will be affordable and within the finances. So watch out for Rasmus Højlund to United. But of course, I did briefly mention Harry Kane, so we are going to move on to Harry Kane now. And it seems Harry Kane could be on his way to Bayern Munich now. Of course, David Ornstein did break the news yesterday that Bayern Munich had a 70 million euros, should I say, bid for Tottenham, a bid for Kane rejected. But it seems like Bayern are set to come back in for another bid, as Kane has reportedly agreed personal terms with the German side. Now, of course, Kane has been touted to move this summer. Manchester United were linked, Real Madrid were linked, but it seems it could be Bayern Munich as the destination for the Englishman, as he is guaranteed to win trophies if he does go to Germany. Bayern Munich got an illustrious record and history in the Bundesliga, having won the last 10 trophies. So that could be the perfect move for Harry Kane, but we shall see. But guys, that is the end of the YouTube video for Transfer Daily. We'll be back tomorrow for more content, and I'm sure there'll be more crazy updates in the ever-changing transfer window. If you've liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the Football Insider, as you don't want to miss out on breaking news on transfer window time.